Okay, we need to cut 2 outlets out of this one tile here. Those are the 2 outlets there. So let us start getting it set up. So remember, when you're measuring, you always measure from the same point. We've got a 1/8 inch spacer, and we need to cut this at 1 3/4 and 3 7/8. This one is 17 3/8 by 19 5/8. And then the height is, get our spacer in there. So we want the tile to be below our screw hole for the outlet. So that's going to be 1 3/8 by 5. And this one is going to be, put our spacer there. One 3/4 by 5 3/8. Okay, so let's get our lines going here. Okay, 1 3/4 is right at the edge of the tape. And 3 7/8. (17 3/8) 19 5/8. And then we have 1 3/8 and 5. Five 3/8 by 1 3/4. Okay. Okay, so we are going to use our black felt tip marker to draw these lines in. And we use the blue tape because pencil does not stick to the tile. The spray from the tile saw just blows it away. So we use the tape to draw on, but the problem with pencil on the tape is that it's hard to see. So I get a black marker and do that. Okay, so we are going to put these lines here on the back side of the tile, and the reason is that when you are cutting this on our tile saw, you cut down into the lines from the top and the blade goes most of the way through, but because it's a round blade, you end up with uncut material in the corners. And then because this here line is short, the saw blade only goes, doesn't even protrude through the tile because there's not enough radius of the saw to go through the tile. So we're going to put these lines exactly on the back side of the tile with the black marker, and we can mark directly on the tile on the back side because it doesn't matter. So okay, we need 1 3/4 and 5. Let me just mark this here. Just an approximation of where the line goes. Okay, 1 3/4 by 5. Okay, and the other side is 1 3/4 by 5 3/8. And let me double check this one here. That's 1 3/8. Did I get that right? No, I did not. 1 3/8. 1 3/8. Okay, so now we know just where to cut on the back side of the tile. Okay, so now we are all set to cut. Okay, let's head out to the tile saw. Okay, don't forget your hearing protection. And what we're going to do is hand hold the tile, and we're going to lift it up under the blade and cut the lines with the blade. We're going to be plunging the blade downward, or the tile upward into the blade. Okay, so you can watch how this works, and hopefully you'll get some ideas on how to do your own tile work at home. one out. And let's go for the other one. There you go, we got two nice cuts. So let's head back into the kitchen. Okay, let's get a test fit. Wipe this water off of it quick. Okay, let's see what we get. Alright, that is like just about perfect. That is great. Okay. Okay, now need to mix up a batch of mortar and fill the back of this up. Okay, to deal with some of the inconsistencies of the wall here, I'm going to apply some mortar up high on the wall. You can see the low part between the outlets is previously patched, so the wall is already built out a little that way. Now what I'm doing is putting mortar onto the tile, and I'm going to spread it out with a notched trowel here in a minute. I'm also going to make sure that I have extra mortar around the perimeter of each of the outlet openings, and the reason is I want to have mortar squish out from around the electrical outlet so that there is a full layer of mortar between the tile and the wall, because you do screw the outlets into the wall and they will put pressure on the tile, so it's just a safety precaution to keep the outlet from snapping the tile. So there we go, we're going to set the tile in there. I'm going to put the 1/8 inch shims in, and then I'm going to check the alignment and flatness of the tile with my straight edge and just make sure it is flat and even with the other tiles. So I'm going to grab my tri-square here in a minute after I finish wiping mortar off of the tiles, and it worked out pretty good. I had almost the right amount of mortar in there. I'm putting one shim there to kind of compensate for it was a little low in that corner, and everything else was fine. So that shim will be removed when I do the next tile by the window. We're going to skip forward here and look at the finished tile job. There is the tile with the 2 outlets in it with the grout and everything, and that is what it'll look like. If you like these videos, please do subscribe and follow along. Thanks for watching.